Hello guys, today in this tutorial we will learn about promise. So guys, before starting that we have to know why we use promise. So guys, this is the custom.js file and here I will write a two line of code like first of all where a equals to 2 plus 2. So this is the simple addition, and again I will add another like where b equals to 4 plus 4. So this is the two line of code. So guys, JavaScript is a synchronized program. Like synchronized means, so when we will run this file, so first of all it will be execute this one like a's value, after that b's value. So suppose if I save and go to my browser here and refresh it and open the developer tools. Okay, and now I will zoom it first of all. So if I check it console, okay, I have to be printed in console. Here I forgot to print it. So console.log, and first if I write here a, and again console.log b. So if I check here, so here you can see if printed first of all 4, that means value of a, this is the value of a, after that value of b like 8. So why it's not printed b first? Because guys, JavaScript is a synchronized. So when we use JavaScript, so this time if we don't use promise, so it will be not anything happen. So guys, we use promise mostly asynchronous type. Like I'm giving an example, like if you are using a Node.js, so this is the Node.js is a asynchronous, so this time we use mostly promises. You can use promise in JavaScript also, but mostly we use in Node.js or any types of asynchronous program. So guys, what promise done? So guys, suppose it's taking a time to execute like 4 second. So I'm commenting here and it's taking a time 4 second, and this line taking a time 2 second. So synchronized program done if it's taking a more than this line, like here you can see it's taking 2 seconds and it's taking 4 seconds. So synchronize, first of all it will be executing this one, after that it will be executing this one. After all it's taking more than this one, but it will be execute first one first. So this is the synchronized. But if it would be asynchronous, so that means when it's taking a more than this line, so first of all it will be execute the last one, after that which one executing the less of time, so it will be executing that. So that is the asynchronous. So that means it's a non-blocking, it doesn't block any line of code. Suppose it's taking a more than time, so it will not be blocking this this code. That means it will go to the another line, so it will be execute that one. So when I'm using, if you are using a Node.js, so Node.js is the asynchronous, so it doesn't block the code. But sometimes we have need a criteria, like suppose you have a function in any asynchronous program like a node, anything. Suppose we have a two functions. So here if I write function add, and here like this function, and here you are adding some data in your database. So adding data in your database. Okay, and you have another function that is view. So view function you have. So here I will write view data from database. Okay, so you and you are working in, suppose assuming you are working in asynchronous program. So I'm writing here the short form of asynchronous. Okay, so ASYNC. So this is the short form of asynchronous. So you are writing in asynchronous program, and so there are two functions. First of all you will be add a data in your database, and after that you will get the data in from database. So this is the two functions. So suppose guys this function is taking 4 second and this function is taking suppose 2 second. Okay, so if this is the asynchronous, we are assuming this is the asynchronous. So if this is the asynchronous, so when it will come to execute this functions, so it's taking up more than this function because it's taking 4 and it's taking 2 seconds. So it will not execute this function, it will comes here. So after executing this one, again it will be go this function because it's taking less of time. So that's why it will happen. So you will get blank data from your database because you are not added, because this function is not executed, it's executed first, so you will get blank. So because your suppose your database is blank, so when you will add, so then you will get a data in your database and after that you will view. But if your if this function executed first, so you will get blank and after that it will add it, so it's a wrong. So that's why we use promise. So promise make asynchronous function, I mean asynchronous to the synchronously. So promise convert it synchronously. So if you use promise, so then first it will be execute the first one and after that it will execute the second one. So if it may be taking a more than time, the if suppose if taking first function more time, but promise it will execute first. So this is the concept of promise. So now let's see the syntax of promise. So first of all, just here I will remove this one, and inside this 2 line of code I will use promise, and you can understand the syntax of promise. Okay, so just here so two way you can write promise. So first of all, just here you can write here variable const, and I will write a variable name is promise. You can write any name, and you can write here new promise. So this is the promise object I'm creating here. So this is the promise object of promises. So this way you can define promise, and promise always takes a 2 parameter. So that is first of all resolve, and after that reject. And so this is the syntax of promise. So why promise taking a 2 parameter? Because suppose guys, if you are right here to these 2 functions, so I will copy this function from here and paste it here. So you are right. So now this function is synchronously. So if taking this function for 4 seconds, and if this function is taking 2 seconds, so this is not a function, this is the line of code. So if suppose if taking 2 seconds and 4 seconds, and if this line taking 2 seconds, so if we are write this function inside this promise, so first it will execute this one and after that it will execute this one. So this is the promise, and promise takes resolve and reject. So suppose guys, you if your function execute properly, so then you can pass anything in your resolve parameter, and otherwise if function is getting an error, so you can pass this parameter, that means promise is reject. So this parameter, so let's see how you can pass. So suppose guys, here just I will write a condition. So I will remove this console.log, because just here I will show you. So suppose if I write a condition like if and curly braces, and here if I write suppose if a double equals to b, I will write here not equals to b. So or suppose if double equals to b. So if double equals to b, I mean if is the similar to b, so then here I will write a reject, because I am writing here a static thing to understand the promise. So I will write here a message error. So because you can see here a is not similar to b, because a is 4 and b value of b is 8. So a is not similar to b. So when a is similar to b, so then I will write a else function and resolve, and inside this resolve one, so you can write any. So here you can pass any message or anything. Suppose in a result you want to pass the value of a, so here you can pass a also, anything you can pass. Okay, so here just I am passing a static message like worked or this one error. And so this is the I have created a promise. So now I have to execute this promise one. So for that, just I will copy the variable where I have defined a promise, and just here promise dot then. So then, and then is also takes a parameter, that is anything. Parameter name you can write anything. So I will write a race. Race is the parameter, but you can write anything, and here also you can write any name of the parameter. But the first one will denote resolve, that means when your function execute properly, and other one parameter will be denote the reject, that means your function is not executed properly, that means it's a error. So you can pass anything like a and b also. So here you have to be write b1 because it's a b denotes reject now, and a, but we mostly in promise we pass here reject and resolve. So I will write the name resolve and reject, and here in promise dot then it's take a first parameter also. So I will write the parameter name is race. So here I will write a console dot log and race. Race means this it's a short form of response, so race. And why we write then? So guys, if our function executed properly, that means it's a then function, it's go to the then function when our promise executed properly. So resolve, we write the then function always for resolve. And if our function is error, so catch. So that means guys, we want to print the reject and resolves value, or we want to execute. So that's why then is for resolve. And if our function is error, getting error, so catch. Inside this catch again it will takes a parameter. So I will write the parameter name is error and arrow function, and here I will write console dot log and error. So did then function response will takes automatically resolve one, and the catch one will be take automatically rejects value. So this is the syntax of promise. So suppose if I run and let's refresh it, so you can see we are getting work because a is not similar to b. So that's why we are coming this one else else one. So else it's a work, and dot then it's taking a resolved value, so we are getting work. But if we write here again 2 plus 2, so now the a is similar to b, so then we will run, I mean we will get this rejects value, and it will be comes here this catch. So this is the syntax of promise, and here you can see we are getting the error value. So suppose without what you want to pass the value of a, so here you can pass a, and suppose just plus and value of b. So you want to pass a and b's value if your function executed properly, so you can do it. So first of all we are getting error because a is not similar to a is similar to b, so then we are getting this one. But yes, if I change here anything 4, so now a and b is not similar because a is 4 and b is 6, so then we getting the value of a and b. So you can see here, so here you can see we are getting the value of a 4 and b is value of 6. So this is the promise, and now here we write this promise this way. But if you want to write promise inside a function, so you can do it. So let's check it how you can do it. So for that, just I will remove this. So I'll remove this one, and just I will comment out this. And suppose we want to write this promise inside the function, so obviously we have to define a function. So I will write the function name is promise one. So this is my function name, parenthesis, and so here you have to be write return. So this syntax is for when we define promise inside a function. So you can define two way, like this way which I have shown you before, and otherwise you can write this way, like a function, and inside this function just you can write return new promise. And the same things, just you have to pass a two parameter which I have passed here, resolve and reject. So just resolve and reject, and the same thing, just I will copy. Okay, I will write here. So same thing you can write where a equals to 2 plus 2, and where b equals to 2 plus 2. So and now here you can pass your condition, like if a similar to b. So here I will pass the resolve. So resolve is, here I will pass like working, and in the else I will pass reject, and inside this reject I will write here error. Okay, so and so after time to execute, so here you can see I have written inside this function. So I will copy this promise one, and instead of that, because promise is was for that, because I have stored this inside a variable, so I have written that. But now I am writing inside a function, so I will copy promise one, and here I will paste promise one, and this is the function. So just you have to write here parenthesis for the this function. And now check it. So you can see promise is fulfilled, so it's showing working, because now a is similar to b. But if I change here anything, any value, so now a is not similar to b, so I will get here error 1. So that was the another syntax of promise. So, and now guys, I will show you. Suppose we have a callback function. So guys, you have to know what is callback. So if you don't know what is callback and how to use it, so I will provide the link of callback function, so you can check the video of and I will provide in description. So suppose you have a callback function. So here I will give you the brief idea of callback. So I have, suppose I have another function like promise 2, and this is the callback. So here you can write here promise also. So I will write here promise. Okay, so return in the same way, because I am writing promise now inside a function. So I will write a return and new promise, and here in the same way you can see here pass two parameter, resolve and reject, resolve and reject. And okay, it's showing error because I have mistake the syntax. I have to be write here arrow function, so it's okay now. And now again same way we can write here the another line of code, like where c equals to again 2 plus 2. Just I'm showing a simple addition, because our main focusing is in promise. And again here we'll write 2 plus 2. So suppose here, and I will check it here condition, if c is similar to b. So in the same way I will write here resolve, and inside this resolve I will write here promise is working. Okay, and otherwise in a else. So in the reject, so I will write promise is not working. So inside this else I will write here. So now what is callback here? So I will give you this little bit of brief idea of what is callback. So suppose guys you want to execute this function, and in the same way you want to execute the another function, so that is callback. So for that, here when we write a promise inside a callback, so just you will write the first function in then, and if this function execute properly, then again you can write the another function. So callback means we call the function inside another function. So you can watch my video, so you will get an idea of callback, and I will provide the link in description. So suppose here promise one function execute properly, so then I will execute this promise 2 function, and the same way we will write in the then, and again it will takes a 2 parameter, that is race, and inside this console, so console.log, same way just you have to pass, and again here catch, and it will take a 2 parameter. So I will write a parameter name is error, and in this console dot log here error. So this way you can call a callback function of promise. So this way. So now check it. So refresh it. So now it's showing error because I am getting error in first function. So that's why it's not executing the second one, because I have written if here if the promise is executed, then the second function will be executed. So that's why promise 2's condition I have written inside a then. So if the promise is success, then I will get the value, but now promise is error, so it's coming a catch one. So I have to be add here 2. So now A is similar to B in the first function here. So now refresh it. So here you can see the value of working and promise is working. So that means it's coming a result working, and the second function also coming, promise is working. So in this way you can write promise. So and the next video guys, hope guys you can understand this video. If you not, so you can write a comment, so I will help you. And the next video I will show you, suppose here I have a 2 callback function, promise 1 like 1 callback function, 2 function, promise 1 and promise 2, but suppose here I have a more than 2 function, promise 3, promise any kind of function. So how we can pass this function in callback? So this time we use promise all. So next video I will show you how you can use promise all. So if you want to get this type of more video in JavaScript, so please subscribe and press the notification bell icon also.